Okay, we're going to do story time with one lonely farmer here. I am spraying my deer repellent here on a field that my family's farmed, or the farm that my family has farmed, because this is a family farm, and most of you don't know. But anyways, for the most part, I do all the purchasing and the equipment and everything else, but that's beside the point. Anyway. Once upon a time, at the end of this field, there was an old couple that, right there. There was an old couple that bought that house, and then we're talking back in the 1980s, the early 80s. And my dad was spraying. I don't even know what the hell he was spraying. I guess it really doesn't matter what he was spraying. But anyways, there's a road over on the other side of those houses over there. And he was going down the road, and I don't know, I believe he had the 4320. And anyway, he's going down the road, and he's just, that thing only goes 18 miles an hour or so down the road. And he looks over to his left as he's headed towards Barbertown Point Breeze, and he sees an old man, and he's waving at him pretty rigorously. So Dad's like, oh, that's weird. And then I thought about it for a second. He's like, wait a minute, that guy was really waving pretty hard. So he turned his tractor around, and he went back, and the guy, he was old. He was in his 80s. I believe he was in his 80s. I remember him. He's dead now, both him and his wife. But they were in their 80s, and he was on top of a roof, and his ladder had fallen over, and he couldn't get down. It was either jump down and break your hip or whatever you do when you're 80 years old or whatever, late 70s, early 80s, or stay up there until your wife comes home from wherever the heck she was at. And it turns out that he had been up there for several hours. He yelled for help, and of course that house was the only house there for quite a ways. And of course now they've built more houses since. But that house was the only house there for quite a ways. His lips were burnt, sunburned. He was sunburned really bad. His lips were dried and cracked because he had been up there for a long time with no water in the sun. It was a day like today, like 90 freaking degrees, and he was going to die up there. His wife had gone someplace, and she wouldn't be back for a long, long time. So, anyways, my dad turned around, he went over, and he got that old man the ladder and helped him get off the roof, and got, he went and helped him in the house, and he got himself some water. And, of course, that was pre-cell phone and everything like that. So, and I'm sure you young kids could not imagine what it would be like to live without cell phones. Now, cell phones are awesome. I mean, if I break down out in the field, I can just, hey, come and get me. But years ago, you used to have to walk and, walk or knock on somebody's door and ask to use a telephone, and then hopefully somebody was near the damn thing so that they would answer it. And back then that was before call waiting, so it could be busy, or stuff like that. But anyway, anyways, he helped that old man out, and then every year after that, the old man, whenever he saw my dad or my grandmother or my mom or whoever else, or even myself there later before he died, or before he was able, he would go ahead and he would come out and he would bring us, if we were working in this field or one of the fields down below there, or even the field that was next to that house, he would come out with a glass of water or iced tea or something like that, because he appreciated what my father had done. And now today, I fear that if that old man was up on that roof, that he would die. For the simple fact is that nobody pays any attention to what anybody's doing. I mean, if somebody waves to you, I barely even get a wave back anymore. If I see somebody, hey, or a little courtesy or something like that. But, of course, if I saw the old man on top of the roof, I would stop and help him out. But today, most people would be like, oh, there's an old man on the roof, stupid ass, and keep on driving. It's kind of sad to say. Now, I'm not saying it's like that everywhere in the world, but here in New Jersey, That's the way it is. Nobody gives a damn about anybody anymore, and it's pretty pathetic. There's people that walk along the road. I've broken down and had a... It wasn't really that long ago I broke down. I don't remember what the heck it was, but I had to walk. Did I break down? I don't even remember. I had to walk back to my truck. That's what it was. And I'm walking up the road, and I'm dirty like I normally am. And a car will come by, and it's, hey, you know, they wouldn't even stop to say, hey, are you okay, or anything. It's lock the doors. You can see them lock the doors because, you know, it's some transient, you know, walking along the road. Well, I'm a pretty notable figure in my community. I mean, everybody knows me. I don't know everybody, but I know a lot of people here, or a lot of people think that they know me. And when they see this hat, they're like, oh, yeah, that's that Pandy guy. But anyways, I just think that society has gotten so removed and so isolated from helping each other out, and it's really sad. And I just figured it'd be a good story to tell. But anyways, I'm moving into my next field, and if you like story time with One Lonely Farmer, you can always say, hey, we like story time with One Lonely Farmer. Do you think you can do that a little more? And I know you do, because, you know, I'm no dummy. But anyhow, hopefully I get my phone going, and yes. You're wondering what I'm doing. Oh, why is that going? Well, I guess it would help to turn the PTO on. Alright, anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, so please comment, rate, and subscribe. And that's the view.